Japan is a place where I have the biggest number of fans after Brazil, and it's a special atmosphere here, and championships have been decided here over the past few years, and hopefully another one will be decided here. In our business, the pressure, the stress is high, the demand is high, and your mental conditions are fundamental for you to maintain equilibrium, particularly at critical moments.
12 months later, by now Prost was at Ferrari, and Ayrton just had him in his sights.
It's kind of ironic that a year after what happened at Suzuka in '89, it came to Suzuka again with Senna and Prost, championship contenders.
It may not be necessary to win the race myself, to win the championship. So if I cannot win, I hope Gerhard can win the race for the team. And hopefully I can have just the result that it takes for the championship.
If you carry on to the next year, Senna was aggrieved because of the cars starting on which side of the track. He'd qualified in pole position, but felt like he was disadvantaged with the way the grid was arranged, and he wanted that to be changed.
Before we even started practice, I went to the stewards. I told them pole position was on the wrong side of the circuit, and pole position has much less traction, and no matter whoever is on pole will not reach the first corner first. And please change it over before practice.
Ayrton was vehement in his belief that the pole should be on the clean side of the grid. And obviously that meant the French driver being on the dirty side of the grid.
Senna felt like they were targeting him or whatever, you know, blessed French, Prost French, all that sort of thing.
I think the stewards agreed that they should swap it around. Balès actually overruled that, and Ayrton took that as a personal thing, and it kind of ignited then the whole Prost-Senna dynamic in his mind.
And that meant that, you know, Ayrton wasn't going to get to the first corner first. He realised that, and he said, well, if I don't come out of the first corner first, I won't be coming out the first corner. That's what he told me.
Go! And Senna sprints away, but Alain Prost takes the lead. It's happened. Alain Prost has taken the advantage. Senna is trying to go through on the inside, and it's happened immediately. This is amazing. Senna goes off at the first corner, but what has happened to Prost? He has gone off too. Well, that is amazing, but I fear absolutely predictable.
You remember in Suzuka they had the monitors very high up in the screen, and we were all looking at the monitors. And I had my fingers crossed, let's stop this race, get this spare car and start it again. And he come that Ayrton come and he said to me, they're not going to stop the race, are you? And I said, no, I don't think so. But inside me, I wanted to stop the race.
I was just so bitterly disappointed in Ayrton because we shared values and principles right through our relationship and our period of working together, and that wasn't acceptable to me. And in the end, he wasn't happy with the outcome, but it, for me, predetermined.
Unfortunately, it went wrong on the first corner. There was a big risk. I had nothing to lose on the first corner. I want to win, and I went for a gap in inside on the first corner. Alain didn't see it and just closed the door, and we ended up touching. That's too bad for the championship because I'm sure the race would have been full of excitement. But last year I lost in a similar manner towards the end of the race instead of the beginning, and this year went wrong for him.
I saw him on the left and with plenty of space and said, okay, I take the normal line just to be exit better, and then he overtook me.
Thinking now, it's amazing. If a driver did that today, he'd lose his license probably.
Ayrton, on the first corner, just simply took him out. And then subsequently admitted, quite a while later, that yes, he had done it deliberately, and it was, you know, what he considered to be retribution.
Not the best.
To do what happened, you have to stay flat. And to stay flat, it is something that you cannot imagine in the brain of the racing driver. I went to see his race engineer, the Honda race engineer, to look at the telemetry. Everybody knew that. Everybody knew that. They all saw what happened.
In fact, some of the people in McLaren told me that he never lifted on the throttle until they were stationary in the gravel trap. So.
And then after, when the thing come down, I said to Ayrton, that was wrong, you know, you could have beat him without having to do that.
One of the low points of Formula One, really, and Ayrton's career, it was putting drivers, marshals, fans at risk with this manoeuvre, and it was completely out of control. It's a great paradox with Ayrton. He was the most caring driver. If another driver had a crash or an incident, he'd be the first one at the medical centre or getting out of his car and running back to help Eric Bernard in a Ligier. But at the same time, he was ready to run you off the road. I saw it in Formula 3 when we were bitter rivals, and I saw it in Formula 1 too.
He's a fantastic person, fantastic race car driver. He's a friend. And sometimes friends do things that disappoint you, but they're still your friend. So just draw a line under that one.